What's up guys, Hades here. So we have a new patch notes. There's a lot of quality of life stuff coming and some really big balance adjustments that we'll talk about and get you prepared so that you're ready for the update. Now the first thing is the Rune Factory reward pool. They're adding red tier immortals and exclusive artifacts, which I find quite interesting and also confused because Inferno insignias pretty much directly transition into legendary immortals red heroes, right? So we'll see what the rates look like, if they change it from Infernos to that directly or not, and then we'll see what artifacts they give. But artifacts aren't great. We do want Immortals. A cheap way to get Immortals is what everyone wants. Now there's some unlock rules for Immortal specializations, which right now it's completely available even if you're not level 7, but I think they're going to be locking that until you're 7. Returning player event rules. If you've ever had an old account and you logged in, you'll get a trigger that you returned. This is now, I think people have been abusing it, so they're only going to let you do it one time when you return, which is fine, but just keep that in mind. Legion of Frostborn map optimizations. Now this is probably one of the biggest things on the map is the Federation markers. I believe, we'll have to find out, but I believe that if an alliance leader makes a Federation marker, everyone in the Federation can see it, which is really helpful, because usually just your alliance sees the tags and markers like friendly, we're hitting this city at this time, blah blah blah. Now you can do it and everyone can see it. You don't have to like go into Discord or PM them and make sure someone is online to do it. You can just do it yourself and basically manage all the federations, which I think is really cool. This might be the biggest little quality of life thing in the entire patch, if it works how it reads. And then only the alliance leaders can do that, and then they have joining chats, and you can they can exit the chats in the groups. And then all alliance thermal towers on the map now display server identifiers. So just little quality things. Chat features, there's now chat channels now features secondary tab classifications. I don't know exactly what that's going to look like, but we'll see when it comes out. And it means you can expand it and have a better quality of life in chatting. City declaration, they've adjusted it to 10 minutes max. You used to be able to click it and it would just be there until you're ready. Now you have to plan it. You get 10 minutes, you start it, you have 10 minutes to do it. If you don't, it goes away. Alliance level after server merge. After server merge, alliance levels and alliance technologies will remain unchanged, which is good. We don't want those to change. Now for the good stuff. Atalanta skill rework. They now are adding fires one powerful crossbow bolt to one random enemy unit, and I believe this is 800 damage total, which is high, but one random is really bad. I don't like random and I don't like one. And then she's going to keep something similar to her old because she's going to grant normal attacks 30 plus 70 at 10 per level is 100. Chance to pierce through the target and hit the nearest enemy behind for 10 seconds. And then 30% with the artifact. Now if we go over to Atalanta, the hero, we can see how big of a change that is. Because all she was getting was actually a reduction of attack speed and none of that bonus damage. So, but now you don't get the increased normal attacks. So you're gonna still have regular attacks and they're gonna pierce, but you're also going to smack someone for 800%, which might make her viable. I'm still not a fan of this. I don't like random at all. I wish it was some sort of like lowest HP backline, or it hits the lowest target or something like that. That would make it way better. But it is a buff. It's a buff in general, and she might actually be able to be used. Now, the dragons. Pretty much every single dragon got changed. As the game has had power creep, well, the dragons have fallen a little bit behind and they need a little power creep of their own. So we'll go through each one and I'll say which one kind of needed it and which one just didn't really need it. Holy Dragon is expensive and it's for the mega whales, and it needed it because a lot of them were using Earth Dragon in their main. They should be using Holy Dragon. It got changed. HP recovery amount increased from 6 to 10. People weren't even really using the healing one, but they changed it to no longer recover HP every 1% troops lost. Increases attack and defense from 30 plus 5 level to 70 plus 15. So they increased the attack and defense, which is very strong, right? That's I think this is a big buff. The megas are definitely gonna have to go back to Holy Dragon with this one. And then with the other one, we have concentration, HP recover amount to all allied units with the highest is increased from 10 to 16. And then they increase, and 12 seconds after casting, this enemy's total troop count is higher than 70, deals 122 damage instead of 100,000. So they added 20,000 to the damage. Shadow Dragon just got a 15% damage buff. Very simple. Wind Dragon needed some love. No one uses Wind Dragon. It's really hard to obtain. Might actually work with some of the heroes. But they give it a damage buff and a healing buff, which is crazy. I hope the Wind players who've been building Wind Dragons forever can actually use it. Because if it's maxed, it should be usable, right? Now, I don't think they needed to buff the Earth Dragon. And like I said before, a lot of Mega Whales were using Earth Dragon in their main. And that shouldn't happen, right? This is a normal element. They're free. It shouldn't be as good as the Holy Dragon, but that's just my opinion. But they buffed the damage from 30 to 50 with the Earthquake. And then they also gave the auto buffs. It now increases from 60,000 from 36, which is pretty high. And also the true damage is 60 instead of 36, which is quite insane. So Earth Dragon's probably still going to be number one. Lightning Dragon got a 4% boost. Overload no longer deals additional damage to stun targets. Instead, it increases damage dealt by 25 plus 35, or by 25 to 35 plus 5% per level to every stun target on the battlefield. So if you can stun them, it is way better. The problem is it's really hard to get stuns, right? There is no hero that's consistent with stuns, and the ones that are just not very good, right? I'm thinking about Richard in the Thunder, but not a great option. Water Dragon. HP recovery went from 6 to 10. It no longer heals directly. Instead, it recovers strength over an extended duration of 12 seconds longer. So this is actually, I'd say it's worse in a lot of cases, because a lot of times you get burst down and then you want to get that instant heal back. Now you just get HP over a longer duration. In the current meta, I don't think that's good. You're getting infinite firepower and Alex smacked. I would rather the upfront, but maybe I'm wrong about this one. And most people don't use it anyways. This is a low tier dragon. Fire Dragon, just straight up damage buff, 4% higher. And then Blazing stops increasing critical damage. Instead, increases attacks and defense by 30 plus 5 to 70 plus 15 for 30 seconds when landing a crit. So no one really uses Blazing. They buffed it. It probably still won't be used because the other options are better. And then the Dragon skill, Water Dragon, Ice Breath. Chance increased from 24 plus 2.25 to 27 plus 2.25. So they increased it about 5%, which is, it's good, but it's not going to make an impact. You can't be frozen. Alex can't be frozen. Anyone holding Fighting Master can't be frozen. So this doesn't change anything. So the big winners are the ones that got more damage. Fire Dragon, Lightning Dragon, Earth Dragon, Wind Dragon, Holy Dragon, Shadow Dragon. Those all got a big buff. Earth Dragon's been the best for a long time and it got a buff. So I actually think it's just going to still be the best. And if you're someone who only has one, I'd suggest getting a second one as soon as possible. I highly recommend Earth if you haven't built it already as your secondary dragon, if it wasn't already your first. But yeah, I hope you guys like these kind of videos. Keep me up to date on all the new things in Infinity Kingdom. If you do, make sure to leave a like and comment, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.